What is up, YouTube? It's RS Mario here, and I am back. I haven't been able to do videos because having some camera issues. So I'm gonna go ahead and use some footage from the latest episode of my Fire Emblem Let's Play that you can check out in the in the card above and the description down below. But yeah, so I haven't really had access. Well, I have access to my camera, but the SD card is completely gone. It's corrupting. It corrupted a week's worth of footage, and so I just gotta buy a new SD card, and I probably can't. I can't really do it until I get paid. So I'll probably be back on camera come Friday, but I couldn't let the Nintendo Direct go, so I had to do this one. But I am back. I'll probably talk about more as to why I was away in another video, because it goes from depressing to just plain weird, slightly uncomfortable. So don't want to tell that story here. But yeah, it's the Nintendo Direct was good. It was wasn't surprisingly good, but it was good. They talked about a little bit more than just 2019 games. They talked about some stuff that's in the future, like Animal Crossing. They ended the show with an okay surprise that Xenoblade Chronicles was coming to the Switch, and it was getting like fully remade. So that was interesting. We got to see we had to see a little bit of The Witcher 3. So I mean, that was the main thing. I wanted to see what it looked like, and I missed the stuff from Gamescom. So I didn't get to see what it looked like. So it doesn't look too bad. I mean, it is downgraded a little bit, but it's not like really. It's not like as bad as I thought it would be. So I'm definitely going to be picking up this copy so I can play Witcher on the go. Speaking of new things coming to the Switch, they also announced Overwatch was coming to the Switch. So that is crazy. I'm definitely going to make an Overwatch video now, because I think more of my fan base are Nintendo fans and they have the Switch. So maybe I can get like some games together with my subscribers. So that would be nice. I would love to play Overwatch with you guys. And gals, even though technically my channel, I looked at my analytics and my channel is 100% dudes. We need to get some chicks in here, people. You know what I'm saying? So tell your sisters, your wives, your girlfriends, you know, female cousins. Tell them, check me out. If they like Fire Emblem or anime or Pokemon or something, we need to get some chicks in here, man. But yeah. Smash Brothers, a lot happened on the Smash Brothers front. So they shadow dropped Banjo Kazooie today. So that was technically yesterday by the time you get this. So that was good. Sans is getting. I don't think I've ever seen so much excitement for a me like skin in my life. But people are super hyped about Sans from Undertale being in Smash, and I can't wait until they bring out the Minecraft dude skin. Like, that's probably gonna blow up the internet too. So of course not the last one. The next Smash Brothers character was revealed to be Terry Bogard from Fatal Fury, which is interesting. I tried to stay away from leaks as much as I possibly could, but this one was like everywhere, so I kind of saw it coming. Now I really think this probably should have been like somebody from, Samurai Showdown, seeing as though that game, if I'm not mistaken, if it's not on the Switch already, it's coming to the Switch before the end of the year, and it looks pretty nice. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's probably the reason why they're doing this, so that people can see Terry Bogard, and it'll have the Marth effect. You know what I'm saying? How people saw Marth and Smash Brothers back in the day, and they're like, who is this sword character dude? And they would eventually end up drawing them into Fire Emblem. I think that's the way SNK was trying to do here. Honestly, I mean, Terry Bogard is an alright choice. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It would be interesting if you could switch to like I think there's a female version of Terry Bogard. It'd be interesting. You can switch between them, kind of like We Fit Trainer. You can have like the dude version of the chick version, and then of course there's the you know what? I can kind of see why they didn't put any Samurai Showdown people in there because technically they are anime sword guys, like quite literally anime swordsmen. But yeah. So Pokemon dropped that heat. You know what? There's a ton of controversy around Pokemon right now, and I am gonna start doing Pokemon coverage because, of course, you know, it's the next big game coming out, and you know, when it comes to Nintendo games, I'll be riding waves. Every time a Nintendo game comes out, you know, or it gets announced, you know, I do the coverage for it, especially when it's Zelda, Pokemon, or Fire Emblem. So yeah, I will be doing some coverage on that. I got some interesting rumors I want to talk about. But of course, they dropped some heat though, so you can actually camp with your Pokemon, which is cool. You can cook curry with your Pokemon. Now, I'm not 100% sure what carry actually does. Like, oh, it increases friendship, heals your Pokemon, and it has an effective boosting experience. So I'm guessing different carries do different things. So that's pretty interesting. There's over 100 different kind of carries, so you got a curry dex. So I mean, if you know, you may not have the national dex, but you got the curry dex though. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so yeah, you can also camp with your Pokemon, and there is something called YCOM, so it replaces the PSS. You can do something called surprise trading, which essentially let me see, it's kind of like Wonder Trades, but it's called surprise trade, and surprise trade lets you put a Pokemon in your box flag that's willing to trade and will automatically send the Pokemon out while you're playing the game and inform you later. So essentially it's like, hey, you know what I'm saying, I'm willing to trade this Pokemon for just about anything, so throw me an offer and it's just going to shoot it out to you. That's kind of interesting. That's pretty cool. And then you come back later and it's like, hey, you traded this Pokemon to such and such for such and such. That's pretty cool. Of course, they announced 2 new Pokemon. League cards. So league cards are a small feature introduced in the game. Throughout the story, the trainers you meet will give you various league cards. They give you details about them, but you yourself can use the league cards using Rotomi in the PC. You have the ability to create and customize your own league card. So it's kind of like a little, I guess, card with like information on the different Pokemon League trainers. But the big thing they dropped was new Pokemon. So we have 2 new Mons. We have Poltegeist, who is a ghost type with the ability weak armor. Of course he would, because he lives in a tea kettle. Of course, you know, I can see that. It's so far as pure ghost type, and it's made out of tea. And so then they've got like, of course, the other Pokemon is Cramorant. It's a bird. It's kind of like a pelican. And essentially, what's going on with him is he's a water flying type, and he has the new ability Gulp. Gulp Missile. So essentially, what it is whenever he uses Surf or Dive, he comes back up with a fish in his mouth, and whenever he gets hit with an attack, presumably a physical or a special attack, but when he gets attacked, he does a counter attack by spitting the fish at the target Pokemon and dealing damage. So that's pretty cool. Now the one thing is, there's so many questions I have, because is this fish like a Pokemon? I mean, because usually in the Pokemon world, it's been kind of established that, all the animals are Pokemon. Like any animal you see is a Pokemon. So I mean, is this a Pokemon that we're gonna see later, or is this just some rando fish that he just plucked out of the water? You know what I'm saying? Like, which means that there are actual fish, actual regular animals that live in the Pokemon world, which would be interesting. But I think this is a Pokemon though. I don't think this is a regular animal. I think this is just some unannounced Pokemon. It would be kind of cool if he had like different fish. Like, one time it might be like a Remoran or Remoraid. What is the name of that Pokemon? It might be like a Magikarp. Another time, maybe it's a Goldeen. One time, that would be pretty cool. But I don't think they're gonna go that far though. But yeah, what I'm saying, so far, Pokemon looking like hot fire. Let's see. So they didn't announce any Fire Emblem DLC, which is a little bit sad. You got information on Town. Okay, so Town. The name of the game is Little Town Hero, which I actually heard a while ago that there was a patent on the name Little Town Hero and a logo that came out. I believe it was a couple weeks ago. I never really reported on it because it wasn't really enough news attached to it, and what I'm saying, so I never really like reported on it. But yeah, what I'm saying. So we got information on Town, which is nice. I might do a video on that since I did a video. The last Town video did pretty good. So, and the weird thing about Town, it feels like they could be experimenting with things that they could do with Pokemon. Because it seems like the battle engine is a combination of quick time events, like strategic quick time events, and turn based battling, which seems interesting. I really didn't necessarily want them to do this with Pokemon, but I'm always interested in at least trying something. So definitely I want to get Town. I'm glad that it did not slip away into 2020, because I was fully expecting, with all the drama centering around Pokemon, that they will be putting all their eggs into that basket and trying to get as many Pokemon in the game. But I'm glad that they're still committed to trying to get Town out there before the end of the year. That is awesome. So I'm not sure if I missed anything from the Direct, because I've watched it twice, so I think I've picked up everything, things that I wanted to talk about. There was some other things on there, like there was Animal Crossing, a ton of new ports announced, like they're bringing over Tokyo Mirage Sessions, which was the Shin Megami Tensei Fire Emblem crossover game. For some reason, we're getting Jedi. Oh man, I can't think of the name of the game. It's like a really, really old Star Wars game, which I guess is fun. It's actually a good game, pretty good story and everything, but it's a pretty old game though. But yeah, so Nintendo Direct was awesome. Expect another video from me soon once I get this SD card so I can actually be on camera. But like, comment, subscribe, and as always, folks, keep it real.